Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Ana Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Lacey G.
I'm Anna.
And it's just us two today. We are going to be talking about Electric Touch. Electric Touch is the first vault track from Speak Now Taylor's version, and it features Fall Out Boy in it.
I can't believe we're already in the vault.
I know.
Though it's still just being here on the podcast, like being in the vault on the podcast. It makes me sad that we never got like a Speak Now vault puzzle.
Yeah, that was kind of ruined for us.
Yeah,
so
and
she just gave it to us.
I'm so upset at the person that ruined it for everybody because I think what happened was the vinyls, like somebody got a picture of like the back cover of the vinyl that had all of the track listing on there, including the vault tracks, and they just posted it online. And so then, it makes me really sad because obviously we know that Taylor had something in the works for us to do a little puzzle or a little game or something to figure out the vault tracks, and it hurts my heart that we're never going to know what it was and we're never going to get it. And then like right when it started leaking online, it was less than an hour or two later that Taylor posted it, and you could tell that she was upset because she didn't use a single emoji in the post about it.
And a little peek behind the curtain, I can't reveal, but I know a little bit of how Taylor Swift's schedule works, just simply from knowing how long she was working on the puzzles recently. So what I'm trying to say is whatever jackwagon ruined that for Taylor Swift, this is something she had been planning on for a year at least. And then you're going to re-release it without her and skip the whole thing. I mean, that's not just something that she works on overnight, that she's like, oh, I mean, we've seen her manifestation calendar, and even though that was an Easter egg for something else, we know that she works so many years in advance. So that's ruining someone's plans who's been working that hard. So I am upset for her that we didn't get to unscramble the vault tracks and figure it out that way. She just gave it to us in a defeated manner. But these songs are not defeated, though, these vault tracks. What is your favorite vault track?
Right now?
From Speak Now.
Honestly, I really like Timeless. I'm just like a hopeless romantic, and I Can See You. Electric Touch was not what I was expecting at all. I'm pretty sure that I listened to the vault tracks in order. So this was the first one that I listened to. And when you get like Speak Now, it has like Haunted and a bunch of the other ones that are kind of like diving into that punk rock-ish. Yeah. So I think having Fall Out Boy makes a lot of sense, but it's still not what I was expecting. And I don't know if it's just because it was the first one that I had listened to that for me it was a grower. Electric Touch was a grower for me. I mean, I liked it, don't get me wrong, but there was like one day like pretty recently where I was driving and it came on and I was like, wait, this slaps.
And like you've said before, all of a sudden you know every word to this song. Yeah.
And you don't even remember when you learned them all.
Yeah. And so this is that song for me.
Is this your favorite?
No, I've always liked it from the beginning, but this is one that will get stuck in my head. Castle's Crumbling is my favorite vault track. But this one's a pretty good one, and I'm a fan of Fall Out Boy, so to hear from them is nice too. So a little bit about her relationship with Fall Out Boy. She announced that Electric Touch would be the first vault track on her re-recorded edition of Speak Now, and she also revealed that Patrick Stump would be featured on this song. He's the lead singer of Fall Out Boy, and they performed together at the 2013 Victoria's Secret's fashion show, and he also made a guest appearance during Taylor Swift's Red Tour. So they've had a relationship back and forth. Taylor had said she wanted to give thanks or give credit to the people that she listened to that kind of influenced her during that time. So that's why she wanted Fall Out Boy to be on here with us. She also mentioned that they had a lot of influence on her over the years, that Zane Lowe and Pete Wentz and previous collaborator Lana Del Rey are her favorite lyricists, is what she told Rolling Stone back in 2019. She said, "I love Fall Out Boy so much. Their songwriting really influenced me lyrically, maybe more than anyone else. They take a phrase and they twist it. Loaded God complex, cock it and pull it. When I heard that, I was like, I'm dreaming." So Taylor was a little bit fangirling, and now they live on in infamy through this song, Electric Touch. It starts off with, "Just breathe, just relax, it'll be okay. Just an hour till your car's in the driveway. Just for the first time ever, hanging out with you tonight."
It's that like butterfly feeling, you know, like when you are nervous for like a first date.
And just the anticipation of waiting. Oh, he's going to be here in an hour. He's going to be here in an hour.
And you're just like so nervous, like when you're ready, like earlier than you need to be, you know?
Yes, I mentioned that today on TikTok. Someone was talking about how they had to go to work dressed for the Eras Tour movie because they weren't going to have time to go home. And I was like, yeah, that was me. Eras Tour day, nervous energy. I didn't mention that we had an event beforehand, but if you remember, you FaceTimed me at like 10 a.m. and I had full blown makeup, Eras Tour makeup. Yeah, at like 10 a.m. Our event's not until 4 or 5 later that day or something.
And did you look in the mirror and you're like, just breathe, just relax, it'll be okay?
Oh, yeah. I've got my money on things going badly. Got a history of stories ending sadly. Still hoping that the fire won't burn me. Just one time. So she knows that she's typically bad in relationships. Things don't always go the way that she wants. She's the hopeful romantic. She wants everything to be just loving and easy, but history tells her otherwise, and she doesn't want to be burned bad.
And then I think this next part, all I know is this could either break my heart or bring it back to life. I feel like this whole part just does sound like Fall Out Boy to me. Like, I know this is like a Taylor Swift featuring Fall Out Boy song, but it does, like, you can just hear the Fall Out Boy just influence, you know? Like, I feel like this could have been a Fall Out Boy hit song in 2010. I mean, a Taylor Swift one also, but I like it definitely. Yes, Fall Out Boy being the featured artist on this song, like, just makes sense.
All I know is this could either break my heart or bring it back to life. Got a feeling your electric touch could fill this ghost town up with life. And I want you now, want to need you forever in the heat of your electric touch.
It's one of those things like electric touch. Like, that is so Taylor Swift.
Well, I was about to look up and see even what electric touch, if there's a meaning to it.
I thought it was just like, you know, like when you can, like, I don't know.
Electrifying. I mean, if there's sparks flying between you, I get that, but I didn't know if there was like a
double meaning.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing anything. But I thought maybe she was working her magic like that. But no, she's literally just talking about having the sparks between two people. And
yeah, sparks fly.
Yeah, you're the one who could break my heart or bring it back to life. And this could be so exciting that we could wake the town up.
It really is just like another way of saying sparks fly.
I've been left in the rain, lost and pining. I'm trying hard not to look like I'm trying. That's a great line. I'm trying hard not to look like I'm trying.
This is me trying.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great line. We've all been there before. Because every time I tried hard for love, it fell apart. I've gotten used to no one calling my phone. Okay. This is not poor, pitiful me. So please don't think that. But I have to be honest. As a single person, sometimes my phone doesn't go off and I'm like, ugh. I'm always getting texts from y'all. I'm getting texts from people, so don't get me wrong. But then used to be in constant contact with somebody and now I'm not anymore. So I don't have to be in constant contact with people like you are with your partner. So, I mean, yeah, you're discussing stuff with them all day. So my phone doesn't always go off. But
That's kind of nice, though. You can just kind of go off the grid whenever you want.
Yeah, but then I was also thinking, but I'm also really bad about responding to messages and stuff. But that's because I work in social media and then using my phone for work.
It's exhausting.
Yes. And so I'll just switch away my text messages and then forget to get back to them. So I'm not trying.
To me all the time.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not trying to be that person, but I am. But I feel sorry for me because I don't have a lover texting me all the time. I've grown accustomed to sleeping alone. Still, I know that all it takes is to get it right just one time.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? It's like, I feel like it's just like that story of that feeling of kind of like you're saying, like, okay, you're in this phase where your phone doesn't go off and you don't have a partner and you could go off the grid when you want to, but then, okay, you have this date tonight with somebody and you start getting kind of like, you're getting ready for this to go badly because that's just what you're used to, like preparing for the worst, but you're still kind of excited in a way.
Yeah. Grown accustomed to sleeping alone. Now that scares me because I am oddly wonderful at being single and I love my life. And my ex was a very bad snorer. And I don't know that I could be with a snore. Like I'm getting good sleep now. I have the whole bed to myself, minus the dogs. Like I don't know how I would react with someone that I wasn't sleep compatible with.
Yeah.
That's my whole issue.
Yeah.
It's not sharing a bed with somebody, but I'm a light sleeper. They were not a light sleeper, just really loud, super snore. I don't know that I could put up with that anymore.
Well, and I think it's also just like, when I do believe that everybody should live alone at some point in life, because I feel like when you live alone, especially if you're in your, young adult life, I feel like I got to live. I told myself growing up, I was like, I'm never going to live alone. I'm always going to either have a roommate or I'm going to live with like a romantic partner or I live with my parents, but I'm never going to live alone. And then it kind of happened accidentally because Ryan was supposed to move in with me. We got a place together, but then things happened that his arrival was just delayed. So I lived by myself for about like 6-ish months. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad that I did. Like, I'm so glad that I did because I think that when you live alone, you learn the difference between being alone and being lonely, And I feel like every person needs to learn that lesson. Mm. And then when you do experience that and you come to terms with that and you do understand that it's like, no, I'm not alone, or no, I'm not lonely. I'm good at being alone. And then you bring someone else into the picture, then that's a whole nother thing to get used to. That's a whole nother thing to get accustomed to. But I do think that it's something that everybody should experience at some point.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Because I think that's when the shift in me happened. I used to be more codependent and I hated to be alone. Not that I needed a companion or a lover with me, but if it was a best friend or my neighbor, I wasn't used to spending time alone, and I didn't like my house for a long time because of other situations. So then I found myself running, and I was still kind of running whenever I first got divorced because I wasn't used to being at home alone. Mm-hmm. And that was a home that I didn't like anymore. And then I had to be able to reclaim it and realize that no, now I'm great being alone. But at first I would want other people to fill my time just because it's hard to be alone with your thoughts sometimes.
Yeah.
And now it's great. It is great.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I'm saying. I have one of my best friends has lived alone for years, and she just got a roommate just because, money, whatever the reason, she has a roommate now. And she complains to me all the time. She's like, I just want my roommate to be gone all the time. Like, I need to be alone. And I was like, you need to realize the shift that you're having. Like, you were so used to being alone and by yourself, and you liked it. And now you have to share a space with someone else. Like, it goes both ways, when you have to go from being in a relationship to being single to being in a relationship. It's just, especially as we get older and your, cleanliness, customs. Like when you're in college and you have a roommate and, I feel like you don't care as much about the way the house looks or the way the house smells or whatever. But I think it's definitely a lesson that everybody should learn.
Now, this is my favorite thing about being single. When I was married, I'd be upset about the house being dirty because I felt like I was the only one doing anything. Well, now I'm the only one in my house. If my house is dirty, it's because I made it dirty or the dogs made it dirty or something. And I don't feel the pressure to have everything picture perfect anymore. I had a friend come over one day and he opened up my fridge and he was like, "What, Lacey, there's just a towel in your fridge. Why is there a towel right there?" And I was like, "Oh, I spilled something yesterday and I didn't feel like cleaning it up, so I put a towel over it." I don't have anybody to answer to. I'm going to wake up in the morning and open up the refrigerator and see that towel and know that I can clean it up. So it doesn't bother me. So I do like having that sense of freedom to where it's like, yeah, the house is messy. It's my mess.
Yeah.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. You know summer has officially started in my house when my kids are in full sports mode. We are outside constantly. Baseball games, practices, tournaments, running from one field to the next in the heat. And if you've ever sat through a doubleheader in the middle of the summer, then you know that staying hydrated is not optional. That's why I always throw in a few sticks of Liquid IV's Hydration Multiplier in my bag. I'm obsessed with the pina colada flavor right now, and it really just tastes like summer in a cup. Just tear it open, pour it into 16 ounces of water, and it hydrates faster than water alone. It's powered by Live Hydroscience with an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients. Plus, Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink and includes 8 vitamins and nutrients in every stick. It's also non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Stay hydrated while you're on the go this summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at liquidiv.com.
Warmer, sunnier days are calling, and you can fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So if you only have a few minutes between meetings during the day, or you get home and you're just so hungry but you have no time to cook, Factor is where you should go. They have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, and you'll always have new flavors to explore. You can crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. And these are delicious. From breakfast to dessert, you can stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. And you can keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes, so no shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Head to factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 and use code TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code TaylorSwiftFan50 at factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
Then she goes through the course again, wondering if this is going to break her heart or bring her back to life. Got a feeling your electric touch could fill this ghost town up with life. And I want you now when I need you forever in the heat of your electric touch.
I wonder if that lyric, like, heat of your electric touch, was one of those lyrics that she had written in a notebook somewhere and was like, oh, I'm going to put this away and write it one day. It has that vibe to me. To me, it's Meet Me Behind the Mall, you know? Like, it just has that similar vibe of, like, she thought it one day, but, like, didn't flush it out or something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know if there's any truth behind that. It just kind of sounds like that to me, the heat of your electric touch.
Yeah, I like that. I was thinking just one time.
Just one time.
Maybe the stars align.
Just one time.
And maybe I call you mine. And you won't need space or string me along while you decide. And just one time.
Just one time.
Maybe the moment's right. It's 8:05 and I see 2 headlights.
Look at her once again with, like, a specific thing that when you see it, you think of a song lyric, right?
And another example of her just making anything iconic. Now, 8:05 is iconic.
8:05, 2 a.m.
Yes, thank you, Taylor.
2 a.m. headlights, wish you would.
All I know is this could either break my heart or bring it back to life.
This is a song that, like, I just want to see live. And I remember at the VMAs, because she was there and Fall Out Boy was there, and we all thought that, like, oh, were they going to perform this together? I actually didn't think that was going to happen, but I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if it did. But I feel like this is such, like, you need to see this live in a, like, big room with a bunch of other fans and just, like, screaming. Like, it's just a loud song. And I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like it does fit speak now. Like, you know, like I do think that this, I don't know, I feel like sometimes with the vault tracks, when I listen to some, I'm like, oh, I feel like this could have been on a different album, or like it could have been part of like a different era. I thought that with some of the Red vault tracks, not probably just because we had so many. But I feel like Electric Touch is just very speak now coded.
Yeah, because it's just her wanting to find true love.
Yeah.
What she thinks is true love.
Yeah, and it's fun to have another artist on it, and you hear that there are two different voices. And Fall Out Boy Patrick Stump, like his voice is just so distinctive. Like you can hear him on any song and not look at it, but you know it's him. Mm-hmm. So pretty cool. I also love how, because I have the lyrics pulled up here, and on the credits, it says genre and it says country.
I noticed that too. And it is so not country.
It's not country.
Also, do you want to know, Taylor didn't just make 805 iconic by mentioning that in the headlights. What is 805, Anna?
805, August 5th.
That is very true. It's also, if you add the numbers together, it's 13.
Oh, I love that. Of course. How did I not know that?
Yeah. Yeah. But just what a great song from our girl Taylor Swift. And like all vault tracks, I wonder why this didn't make it.
Yeah.
I wonder
if we ever do get an Eras documentary, or like a re-recording documentary, a Taylor's version documentary of any sort. I hope that is something that's included in there as to like why certain songs didn't make the original cut. And I'm sure there's all sorts of reasons. And you hear that now with like even artists current day who like put out an album that they're like, oh yeah, you know, I wrote all these other songs that didn't make it, or this one that did is on the album I originally wasn't going to put on the album, or whatever it is. I always think it's really interesting to hear the stories behind like the reasoning, I guess.
Definitely. And it also gives me hope that she held on to these vault tracks and released them. What if we get all of Taylor's music? What if she doesn't hold back anything and says, I still don't like that song, or is Karma gonna come out? We get to speak to Ty Wilson tomorrow. 13 Ty Wilson on TikTok. He's one of my favorite Swiftie sleuths, and he kind of gets into the karma theory a little bit. But that makes me hopeful that we're going to get all of her stuff. She's not just going to hold back on anything. We're going to get all the albums. We're going to get Karma's coming out, y'all. Maybe.
Hey, I've always been a Karma truther.
Yeah.
But she did say, like, not even just about Karma, but when she started writing music with, like, Aaron Dessner, remember, I think in an interview at one point, Aaron had said that after working with Taylor, he feels more motivated to just, like, create and put it out, you know? And I think that's kind of like, you know, they created Folklore, and then they couldn't stop writing, so they made Evermore. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of do think that, you know, as time goes on, I mean, Taylor's giving us new music and new material constantly, especially in this Taylor's version era. But I don't know. I wonder how many songs she's just written over her lifetime.
Yeah. My favorite thing that Jack Antonoff said recently, he was taken up for Reputation. Did you see about that? Mm-hmm. He was taken up for a Reputation, saying that it initially got negative reviews. And he said, Reputation at this point is fucking good. I just really love that album. I feel like that album was met with a certain amount of cynicism. Then you cut to a few years later and everybody loves it. Taylor and I talk about this a lot. You do what you do because you believe in it. And sometimes you get your flowers right away, and other times it takes a while. So he was saying, you know, I remember what y'all were saying about Reputation, because a lot of people were very turned off by Taylor and her behavior then, because that was a side of Taylor we had never seen before. So some of the bandwagon people, or maybe fans in general, weren't necessarily big fans of Reputation. And now Jack's like, oh, now y'all like Reputation? Like I've said all along, it's a great album. It's a fucking fantastic album.
Well, I feel like the same thing also happened with Lover. Like I feel like when Lover first came out, a lot of fans were like they were like, oh, it's like, I don't know. I remember when Lover came out, I feel like fans just weren't appreciating it as much as they should have. And then 4 years later, Cruel Summer is on the top of the charts, and we're getting all of the girls and we're wanting Need, and people are finally appreciating songs like Afterglow and False God. And it's like, we've been telling you this whole time. Like, Lover's a great album. And it's, I think, especially with Taylor Swift's like music, I feel like it always just gets better. Especially with age, it just continues to get better and better because she does have a song for like at any situation that you need. There's something in her discography for whatever it is that you're feeling. She's just at that point already. But yeah, I feel like a lot of her music just gets better and better.
For sure. And it's never too late to become a Swiftie. You can jump in at absolutely any time.
Yeah, just go and start this podcast over from episode 1.
Yeah, start it all the way over. You know, I was thinking about this the other day, though. I was thinking, people have asked before on TikTok and stuff, what are the songs that you would play for someone if they weren't a Taylor Swift fan?
Ooh, that's a
what
good question.
Taylor Swift song would you play? And immediately I'm thinking, everybody loves Cruel Summer. Like, that's an easy answer. But then The Lakes came on the other day, and I was like, I think The Lakes could be it. I really do. I think The Lakes could be it because it's such an older sounding melancholy song that's still talking about if no one's around to tweet it and having your cell phone. So it's this old fashioned meets new age problems. And it's just, it's beautiful. It's not a bop, but it's beautiful. And I think that kind of covers just all of her different areas. But then Spotify wants to mess with me. What's the song that comes up next? I Bet You Think About Me. And then that's a completely different sound. And I love her cockiness and I love what she has to say in that song. So then I was kind of mixed between the two. But I think that those two songs would be one that I could play for someone who wasn't a fan and maybe not even tell them who it is and listen and get them. I Bet You Think About Me, I think sounds recognizable Taylor. I think The Lakes, you would be a fan and recognize it. But if you just play it for anybody and you don't tell them it's Taylor Swift, they might not realize it's her at first because they want to say, oh, her music sounds the same. She just writes about her ex-boyfriends. No, she doesn't.
People that say that don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Well, exactly. But yeah, that came on the other day and I was like, I think that would be my answer. The Lakes is just absolutely beautiful. And Taylor, if you're listening and you want to know to add stuff to the Eras tour, I would love for that to get added on. That would be a great song. That was a great surprise song whenever she performed it too.
Summer is right around the corner and we love to have fun, but we're all really well aware that it can get expensive. And when you have financial goals, you need to decide what's worth it. A Chime checking account helps you reach your financial goals while still enjoying your summer. Are you traveling at all this summer? Maybe to hit up another Eras tour date? And look, sometimes you know that you don't mean to overdraft, but it just happens when things start to add up. And Chime allows you to overdraft up to $200 with no fees, which at times can be a total game changer. You can set up your direct deposit with your Chime account and you'll be notified to enroll in Spot Me. Live it up this summer and make progress towards your financial goals with Chime. Open your bank account in minutes at chime.com/Taylor Swift fan. That's chime.com/Taylor Swift fan. Chime feels like progress. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members. FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in Spot Me and are subject to monthly limits. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details.
All right, Anna, well, let's wrap this up. We have not a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Just some big plans for 1989 release weekend. 1989 is getting the re-release on 10/27. Taylor Swift chose the date, announced it to us all. We decided to take it one step further and throw a costume party, an album release celebration. So join us on October 28th. We're going to be at the Rooftop Cinema in downtown Fort Worth. It is just such a beautiful location to have that as the backdrop. Downtown Fort Worth, all lit up at night. The weather's starting to chill. It's just, it's going to be beautiful. We want everybody to come out to our party. Come join us. Doors open at 6 p.m. for early entry. We do have VIP packages available. And what's cool about that is we finally are releasing some merch. This is our only edition ever of merch that you can get at this party. And you can check out all the details, the13podcastparty.eventbrite.com. Go check out the packages there. We have tickets starting at $33. We have pictures of our merchandise, commonly asked questions. We just really want to be able to celebrate. We really would love to see everybody come out and join us for another good time. We've always had fun at our events with you, and we would love to see you there. Anna, do you have your Halloween costume yet?
I have an idea, but I don't know if I'm 100% sold on it. Because Ryan's coming, so we're doing like a Swiftie couples costume.
Oh, that's cute.
And we were trying to plan it out, and he looked at me and he was like, is anyone going to get it? And I was like, yes, you're coming to a Taylor Swift party. Of course people are going to get it. But I'm not 100% sold on it. But I'll let you know if we follow through with it. But we're really excited. And I'm really excited that we're doing this because recently seeing all the videos and everything from the Eras Tour movie premiere, there's just something so special and so magical about being at an event full of Swifties. And for us to host an event for Swifties, I think is going to be really, really special, especially during a weekend of a new album, a re-release, but still we're getting new music. And I'm really excited. I hope people are excited. I hope people come. I hope we see familiar faces, and I hope we see new faces. And, if you feel like you're a Swiftie and you have no Swiftie friends, come to our party by yourself. That's totally fine. Or if you feel like you have a friend that's like, okay, but I'm not a diehard Swiftie, whatever, who cares? Get them a general admission ticket. You get your VIP ticket. You guys can both come. It's just going to be a fun time. And don't be scared to come alone if you feel like you want to come, but you're not 100% sure. Or bring a friend, or bring 10 of your friends, whatever you want.
We've always had really good turnouts at our events from single people who would come by themselves too and meet and make friends there. So literally everybody's welcome. Come out, have a good time. We cannot wait to see you there. And join us tomorrow. We are going to be talking to the wickedly talented, the wildly brilliant 13 Ty Wilson. He is one of my favorite super Swiftie sleuths. He is all over TikTok. He is breaking everything down, multiple videos a day. He is my Bible. I love him, and we are so excited to talk with him.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.